Good morning. This is our week 2 discussion board for criminal investigation, and it looks like our topic of this discussion board is all evidence related, which is important to the prosecution, if not the most important of any criminal case made by law enforcement professionals. So the first topic of discussion was, what are the common errors in the collection of evidence? I think as far as it pertains to the collection of evidence, it's important that you document exactly where the evidence was collected from. Also, that if it relates to a search warrant, that it falls within the guidelines of the search warrant and the parameters of the search warrant. And then also, as far as the collection, it relates to our second topic, which is the chain of custody, but it's important that it goes from the scene and every step is documented all the way until it is put into an evidence locker, and so on and so forth. I think as far as additionally with the collection of evidence, it's one of the common errors is it's not always documented properly as it relates to any media-related evidence of the collection process. I think the evidence should be photographed, and it should show exactly how the evidence pertains to the prosecution of the crime that's been committed. And then moving along to our second question, why is the chain of custody important? I think this is the most important to the successful prosecution of any case. It's definitely an area where a defense attorney is going to attack the validity of the evidence. So it's important that from the collection of the evidence, every step is documented along the way. As far as it goes, if a patrol officer collects it, being brought in, packaged properly, with our department, we place it into a temporary evidence locker, and we notate every one of those temporary lockers has a locker number. It's notated in the documentation of the evidence, which temporary locker it goes in, and then our evidence custodian collects it, and she inputs it into our system and has a storage location in our evidence. From there, if it's something that goes to a crime lab, it's documented when it's pulled out of evidence, and then it going to the crime lab, being signed over to the crime lab, and also after they've tested the substance, the documentation of the evidence custodian collecting it and bringing it back and putting it into its storage location until the prosecution of the crime. Even moving past that, it's important that when the evidence is obtained by the prosecution, that step also be included in the chain of evidence all the way up until presentation. The reason this is so important is because, like I said, that's going to get challenged as far as the validity of the evidence goes, and has it been tampered with since it was in the possession of the accused. So it's important to maintain that chain of custody. It's important to document every step of where that evidence goes, and that plays a vital role in the successful prosecution of any criminal case. Moving forward to our third topic of discussion, it says, what is the difference between an interview and interrogation, and when each should be used? I think an interrogation is obviously a fact-finding mission. When you have reason to believe that this individual has committed a crime, and you bring them in, an interrogation a lot of the time includes an in-custody questioning of the suspect. An interview could be anything as it relates to a roadside interview of a subject. Even if you are out at a call, you may be interviewing your complainant, or you could even interview your suspect prior to any facts obtained that would lead to the prosecution of that individual. So I think there's a distinct difference between interview and interrogation. I know when I first started at our police department, a lot of investigators would, give the alleged opportunity to come to the police department and talk. Say, hey, whenever you got a chance, why don't you stop by? I'd like to talk to you about something, or I'd like to ask you some questions. And they limit the the ideology that the individual is in custody, rather than going out and grabbing the individual or apprehending the individual to bring them back and put them in a interrogation room where it might be perceived that they are in custody. So that's the distinct difference between the two. Thank you for your time. I enjoyed this discussion board, and I can't wait to see all of my classmates' posts. Thank you. Bye.